1 foot on the brake, floor it, let go. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, this channel focuses mainly on my 2021 Mustang Shelby GT500 with the carbon fiber track pack. So this is our second video. If you want to see the first one where I introduce the car, make sure to click up here. In this video, we're going to talk about what I like about the car so far, along with a couple must-haves if you get a GT500. So let's get right into it. So I've had this car for just coming up on 2 weeks now. So far, I am just absolutely in love with this car. There's really a lot to like about it and not a lot to not like. So I've got 575 kilometers on it now. I'm going to be taking it to the drag strip next week. But over driving it the last couple of weeks, it's actually really comfortable as a daily. Like, you could really daily this car. Obviously you wouldn't want to in the rain with those Sport Cup 2s on it. They'd be pretty greasy in the rain there. But the car is really comfortable even with these Recaros. And me being a bigger guy, I'm still super comfortable inside the car. It's comfortable to drive. You've got all your different drive modes. So for my daily driving, I really like driving it in sport. Just gives it a little bit of an extra special feel over standard. Shifts a little bit quicker. The digital cluster is absolutely amazing. It shows you everything that you need to know. It's nice and clear, easy to read everything at a glance. The engine is absolute magic in this car. It really is. It's a little soft in torque down low, but as soon as it gets into its power band, the way that the car pulls, it just feels like it's trying to rip your face off. It's a lot of fun. And that Tremec dual clutch gearbox is just magic. I really like putting it into manual mode, using the paddle shifters. It just shifts so quick, so crisp. The engine sounds awesome on the upshifts as well as the downshifts as well. You get some nice little pops in there. It's a really fun experience. And as far as handling, I haven't even come close to pushing this thing to its limit. Okay, so we're back at the house now, and here's a few things I think are absolute must-haves for any GT500 owner. So first up, right there, radar detector. It's completely legal in my province. Obviously, laws could differ based on where you're at. We're going to install or hardwire my Uniden R7 radar detector with a blend mount to the rear view mirror here, which will make it a nice and clean install. So the first thing that we have to do is unplug this wiring harness here, and we're going to use a mirror tap. So you're going to see a black wire, that's going to be your negative, and a brown and yellow, which is going to be the positive. And for those, we just use these little taps here. So you got your positive and negative. They just slide into the connector and then plug into the harness that goes to the radar detector. Okay, so again, the black with the blue stripe is going to be your negative. We'll slide the spade in there. And the brown and yellow is going to be your positive. Now we can Put the connector back in the rearview mirror. And let's just do a quick test before we fire anything else up. We'll plug them into the blend mount harness here. Okay, and I'm just going to hit the start button. There we go. So we got the right two wires. When we fire the car up, radar detector turns on. When we shut it off, it turns off. So now we're just going to mount it to the rearview mirror. Okay, so now that we've got our harness installed, the mirror tap, we're going to install the blend mount. So this goes around the shaft of the rearview mirror, and it will hold your radar detector just nice and tight up to the rearview mirror here. It's all adjustable. So let's get that installed. There we go. So now it's back where I would typically have it. Now we can start tightening everything down. We can route these wires around just so you guys can see. There it is. Nice clean install. No wires hanging anywhere. When you fire the car up, there we go. And shut it off, and it shuts off. So super easy to install. Took about 10 minutes. Second is these JLT rock blockers. So they're foam inserts that actually go into the front of the side skirt here. Now what happens, and especially on the track pack cars with the Cup 2s, because they're such a sticky tire, is they'll throw rocks all down here, catch in here, and they bounce all the way down here and along your quarter panel. I would wash this car and 5 minutes later it would be completely covered with rocks in there, and you can hear them bouncing around. So highly recommend them. They're super easy to install. All you do is just line them up and they just pop right in like that. Save your rockers. I will eventually get this thing onto a road course. I'm really looking forward to that. We have a racetrack that's about 4.5 hour drive from here. It's called Area 27. It was actually designed by IndyCar racer Jacques Villeneuve. He had a hand in designing it. So it's a really, really cool course, really exclusive course. But you can actually do a 5-day driving experience up there. So first day is a lot of classroom. And then after that, you actually get to go out on the course with the instructor. And you've got the choice of bringing your own car or using one of their cars. I believe they use Camaro 1LEs up there. So I'd really, really like to get up there, do that 3-day course with this car, have an instructor with me here in this car, and really kind of show me the ropes, because I've never done any road racing. So I think that would be a lot of fun. Next week, I plan on taking this to the drag strip. So that will actually be the next video on the channel. We'll see how the GT500 does on the drag strip there. I think it should be pretty good, as long as I can get traction with these street tires. I'm hoping for some impressive numbers. I'd like to see it in the 10s, but that remains to be seen. You can bench race all day long. What really matters is what you actually get out of it. So looking forward to that. But yeah, overall, super impressed with this car so far. As I mentioned in the first video, my previous vehicle to this was a 2020 Challenger Red Eye. So coming out of that to this car, it handles so much better. It does feel quite a bit smaller and lighter, which is nice. The Challenger, it's probably a little bit better of a highway cruiser, but I think you could definitely drive this thing around and it wouldn't bug you too much. So a few other things I found about this car that I actually really like is, say when you're going through your settings here and you turn the launch control on. So I'm used to, in my Challenger, you got to physically go in the screen or hit the button and turn it on every single time that you want to use it. Just adds another step. Say if you're in the drag strip, you're staging, all the things, they happen quickly, right? So with this car, if you actually go into your menu and turn launch control on, it stays on. It doesn't matter if you shut the car off, turn it back on, anything like that. Once you turn it on in the screen, it stays on in the system. And then the car will let you use it when it's ready. So as long as everything's up to temp, not too hot, not too cold, and it's not going to hurt the car, it'll let you use it. So you'll actually see a little LC show up in the gauge cluster right under your speedo, which lets you know it's ready to go. All you have to do, 1 foot on the brake, 1 foot on the gas, floor it, and take your foot off the brake when you're ready. It's super cool. I haven't tried the line lockout yet. That's something I want to do before I go to the track on Friday, because the process is obviously a little different than it is on the Challenger. So I'd like to get familiarized with that before I'm at the drag strip looking like an idiot trying to do everything. Okay, so I'll show you guys here. The launch control is super easy to set up. So you just hit your Cobra button there, go to track apps, launch control. As you can see, I've got it turned on. Hit the button to turn it on. You can go to RPM, you can set that. The vehicle has to be stationary, of course, to do it. So I'll just pull over here real quick and show you guys. So you hit RPM, you can adjust it from between 1200 all the way up to 3200. So set it at like 2000 RPM, back out, and then we'll give the line lock a try here too, just so I don't screw it up and I know what I'm doing when I'm at the track. So it'll be super interesting. So it looks like you just go here, up to line lock, hit OK, OK to initialize, track app canceled, KY, line lock OK. Oh, you gotta hold it, sorry, I'm just pressing it. So hold OK to initialize. To engage, firmly apply brake and hold. Engaged, press OK to begin. Line lock not available. Line lock, hold OK. Press and hold. Press OK to begin. Release brake. Super easy, just like that. Line lock released, OK. Now, let's see if launch control is available. It is. 1 foot on the brake, floor it, let go. Just like that. As soon as it figures it out. Super cool. Super cool system. So I'm obviously going to need a little bit of practice getting used to it. It's definitely different than it is in the Challenger, but that's all right. Shouldn't be hard to figure out. And it really impresses me how well the line lock actually works on the street. So as you guys can see, it spun a little bit. The computer steps in, starts figuring stuff out, and then you're on your way. You've got to give it a little more gas than I had anticipated during the line lock. I just wanted to give it just a little bit, but you really got to get like half throttle to even do anything there. So all right guys, so that's going to do it for the second video on our GT500. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope you learned something. For the next video, we will be at the drag strip, so make sure you're subscribed and tune in for that one. Please leave a like, leave a comment down below, and we'll see you guys in the next video. Cheers.